Hand action! I'm back. Hey, well, I waited a little bit after my last one. I thought about popping one of my big ones again. I thought I'd take a step back. Mellow out just a little bit. Yeah, hi there. How are you? Oh, nice. I've been drinking some Double Imperial IPAs. I'd take a step back here. I picked up this at Springfield Brewing Company about a week ago or so. 7.99 6 pack. It is their black IPA. However, they call it their black eye, as in EYE, black IPA. Some people get hung up on a name. They don't, how could something be black and pale? Because the P in IPA stands for pale ale. However, the pale actually didn't stand for the color, stood for the malts, but you're still using dark roasted malts. I believe there are some pale malts still used in a beer like this, but that's kind of the confusion, right? But this is black eye, not black eye. So there you go. Not bad. 5545. This is hi. I'm the Bear Whisperer. If I didn't mention that. Ta-da! Oh my goodness. My eyes are giving me trouble today. Sorry about that. You're dry as a bone. This is 5545. A session version of this dial, if you will. We can argue all day what constitutes session strength. For me, the word session means more than just talking about the ABV. And it's also talking about, for me anyway, when I say something is sessionable or it's a session beer, I'm not talking about just the ABV. I'm talking about its drinkability. There are many beers under 5.5%, well, under 4.5%, for instance, that are novelty beers that you may not want to drink more than one of. And I've had several over the course of my lifetime. Lighter than 5% beers that I still might only want one of. So I don't think so. Even though something maybe 4.5 to 5.5% ABV alone does not make something a session beer. For me, it also depends on its drinkability. I call this one a session beer because, well, I still think 5.5 is session strength. I kind of subscribe to that American point of view where is it something you can drink a 6 pack of? Well, most American beers come in 12-ounce 6 pack bottles. There are some exceptions, but that's kind of how most Americans look at beer. Is like this, a 12-ounce bottle. So could you drink 6 of these over the course of a few hours? Yeah, I mean, if I was going to a card game that might last 4 to 5 hours, certainly I could drink 6 of these and not get stupid and lose all my money. Stop. uh, so I do think 5.5, but it's also drinkability. Sometimes, even though something is low in ABV, maybe flavor profile wise, it's some things are better. You have one or two and call it a day. This is certainly one that is it does have some flavor. It isn't that light American adjunct lager type beer. It is a beer that has some big flavor. Why didn't you say so? I was trying to be discreet. But it is crisp, it is refreshing, and it's not cloying, which is also what you look for in a session beer for me. I've had a few recently that were decent for one, but I'm not sure I can have more than one because I think some of the flavors would tend to get cloying, and that's why it takes more than ABV to determine whether something is a session beer for me. Anyway, there you go. Oh, but this is a good beer. From Springfield Brewing Company. It is a lighter version of the style, even lighter than many so-called session versions of the style that aren't the double IPA, the double or imperial versions like the Wookie Jack or the RJ Rockers Black Pearl or the Stone Sublimely Self-Righteous. Those are big, huge versions. So obviously this isn't that. I mean, this is small. It's 5.5%. But the flavors are there. You got some roasted malts going on. You got some pleasant hoppiness. Could do a little more. Yeah, for me, yeah, but it's still like I said, it's very likable. And maybe it is that balance that does make it that kind of session quality for me. Is this something that won't wreck your palate? I mean, you could drink this over the course of a 4 or 5 hour card game and still eat foods that you normally find at a card game, such as card games I go to, cocktail meatballs or sub sandwiches. This is a beer that's going to go fine with all of that stuff. And so, I mean, yeah, it's one that you could take to a holiday party or something like that. If you want something with some flavor, that's not going to overpower other things you may be doing. So there you go. Hey, let's call it a day. And you can see it's obviously easy drinking. I do like Springfield Brewing Company. I do like to have my socks knocked off. I do like to have big brews, and right now they're not doing that sort of thing. But I've had a few session brews like this one and their Opus IPA recently that have kind of endeared me to them a little more than I have been in the past. So I hope they continue in the direction, and I hope they actually take a step up and become, try to become a world class brew pub and keep making bigger and better brews. So anyway, hey, I'm Brad Beer Wiz from Good Tail out here.